The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman on the second day of August, and let's see what we're looking at here. The Dow was down 180 points, down 70 points at 25,265. The S&P was down sharply. It was down over 16, 17 points earlier on. Now it's up 5 at 28.18, and part of that is the NASDAQ has come back very strongly. Let me just show you a couple of things here quickly before we go to the numbers. What I've shown subscribers to my opening call, that the 27.92.50 level from about the 22nd of July in the E-mini futures, S&P futures, made a huge move to the upside, going to the 28.49 level. And then in an exact left side, right side price time match, which I showed earlier on, we were within 1 bar of testing the 27.92.50 low. We actually went to 27.91 round number low. And I expected some kind of a bounce, but I wasn't sure that the bounce would last. I should have been sure that the bounce had a good chance to last, because I had a question from one of my subscribers, a really good question, which I thought of as a something to keep in mind, but I didn't really act on it. And let me see if I can find it here. Where did it go? And the question was, Chapman Wave 5 in the 120-minute chart. Okay, so we're close to Chapman Wave 5 down on 120-minute chart, implying a short-term bounce near. The question many want to know is this time to add to the longer-term investment around 24,900 to 25,000, or a decent chance to hit the 23,800s? Well, it was really important over the last couple of days, especially going into today, to see how the rotation aspect would be working. Why? Because if there was another rotation going on, that ameliorates incredible downside pressure as opposed to everything coming down at the same time. So in that regard, absolutely the Chapman Wave 5, and now I can put a circle around it to say that that was successful. I wasn't successful because, although we are still short, I didn't anticipate that there'd be quite such a big move. We haven't filled the gap, but we're close. And the gap was from yesterday's low of 23,278. So far, we're traveling up, and we're at 25,263, very close to filling the gap. Looks like it will be done. What's really important is that the MACD in the daily chart of the of the Dow has not turned negative, but it is down sharply. The stochastic has gone down to 70%, also negative, but the 14-period exponential moving average is holding nicely as support. So I've got to look at this and say, yes, there could be another bounce, another rebound. I'm still looking at the chance of lower lows and lower highs, and I still expect that it's going to be the volatility index that is essentially giving us the major clue, the big clue as to what's going on. So let me get out of this from the E-mini, because let me just make it real clear. Going to 28.18 right now is very good. Going to 22.24 would be really an exceptional rebound on the short term. All right, just wanted to get that out of the way. And there are another aspect that is very important is that the semiconductor index is rebounding quite sharply, and that's really important to me in terms of the shorter term aspect. We've got 1 day to go. We'll be break to 25,000. There it is, the high of 20. Oh, I'm looking at the E-mini. Will the E-mini go above 28.49.50 to extend leg D? I don't think that's possible. In the Dow in the weekly chart of the Dow, will the Dow go above 25,587 by tomorrow's close? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Let me run these down, give you parameters. The Dow right now is down 71 at 25,262. Went under the 14-period moving average. It is below the 9-period moving average, which right now is a resistance at 25,290s. MACD, as I said, hasn't crossed negative, but it turned down a lot since it was way up earlier on, about the beginning of the week. And the stochastic has dipped way under 80% at 70.83. Relative strength is also negative, so is the unbalanced volume. All right, now, and so parameters are any close in the next 3 days below today's low would be very negative. Any close, that is, right? Below today's close of 25,120. Let's go to the S&P, SPX.X. S&P right now, nice candle after pulling back quite sharply under both the 14-period, the black line, and the green, the 9-period moving average at 28.19. So going over yesterday's high of 28.25, 85, well, 28.25.83 would be very positive. I think it might start to stall here, but let's just do one thing at a time. And the parameters to watch on the support side is any close in the next 2 days below 28.06 would be a big negative. All right, here we go to QQQ. QQQ, Apple inspired, had a not a bad day yesterday, but today is really good. It was way down. The 176 level is trading now at 178.67. Invesco QQQ Trust Series, 178.67 up $1.54. It's the leading index, and this is good action. If it can go anywhere above 180 in the next 2 days, I'd have to say, that's really good action. That's giving tremendous support in the 172 to 170 area over the coming 2 weeks. All right, IWM is a Russell 2000 trading up 64 cents at 166.42. A nice candle. Look, isn't this interesting? I drew this quite some time ago. We've got the Chapman wave inside track support propellant zone. It's now slightly over the green line. That's that 3/8 of an inch rising up channel. And we're looking at the 9-period moving average and 14-period moving average coming in right about here in the mid-166s. All I can say is that if the IWM is able to trade by Monday afternoon at this time in the 167.50 or higher area, I have to consider that, yes, it's going to be a rotational correction and that there will still be some really bad news to drop the market 1,500 points to 2,000 points. But if that's all there is, I need this coming weekend to really assess, because the assessment from last weekend that we were not going down has been correct, and that we went to a sell mode in the down, the S&P, the Qs, the IWM, in the daily charts. I'm watching those weekly charts really closely now. So IWM parameters, any close in the next 2 days below, it's at 166.44. Give it 2 points. Any close below 166, let's call it 164.40 would be a negative, but it really has to go quite a bit deeper than that to become really negative. It has to go to the 163.70s. All right, now let's go to gold. Has gold been able to rally at all? Nope. Down 5 at 1222.60. Very, very poor action. How it holds that 1220 level is going to be so important. It's real close. And one of the reasons is, look at the dollar, which we remain long. Look at that action. Very nice. 94.98 in the upper range of this trading band. I'll be right back. Dow's down 57. S&P's up 5.8. Be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Love to take your calls.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Basil takes your phone calls. Now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi, everyone. Basil Chapman. So, Mose, I was asked about Mosaic. Mosaic is trading at 29.67, up 14 cents. It's made a peak E in the daily chart, leg C in the weekly, and a leg B in the monthly. It is improving a lot. I would just say that it's consolidating right now between 30.50, it's at 29.68, between 30.50 and 29.20s. I just give it a little bit more. Maybe on Monday or Tuesday, we'll look at it again. It just needs to rest a little bit after a great move. And yes, CF, which I was asked about the other day, said, look, it's looking pretty good. I can't remember now. I think I said to just start a small position for the particular person who asked, who always looks at the longer term. And lo and behold, today must have come out with earnings. It's up 3.49, up 7.91% at 47.92 in a gap up leg D. Not a Friday gap up leg D, but a Thursday. So that's holding okay so far. Now, would I get into it? I'd probably say that I have to wait. I'd have to wait a little bit because it's leg D in the daily, leg D in the weekly, and leg D in the monthly. Very nice action. This is CF Industries Holdings, fertilizer company. And yes, I like it. I'm surprised at the gap that it made in the left side, right side price time match in a shorter period of time to gap up above the 46's high that it made back in mid-June. And now what you've got is, look, right there, you've got gapped up in a shorter period of time. If this gap holds and doesn't take out today's low within 2 sessions, I'm going to say that this is a really good action. Yeah, look at this. 1 session, 2 sessions early. And that was that 46.20 high of the 22nd of June in Chapman Wave cup formation, left side, right side price time match. There we go. There's the plumb line right there at the low, long-legged doji candle, trough D, and the 41s. And here we are in the 47s, having hit 49.30 earlier today. Nice action. Congratulations. Very good call. Next thing I want to look at is, let's see, so we did that. Oh, silver right now. Silver is down 0.03. Yeah, it's a little bit better chart formation, but not great than gold. That monthly chart has me worried. High-grade copper. High-grade copper is, in fact, 2.735. Yeah, this one also is making that arch formation. Technicals say that, boy, it better rally from here because there's a lot of room for the technicals to go down and retest their recent lows, which would drag the price down below 2.65. So this is a very important period for copper. I'm looking at the EUR-USD, the euro-dollar currency pair. The euro is plummeting. It's going right to that very important trend line. And for those people who use the SARS, the SAR, this is the, if I can ever remember what it's called. This is called parabolic SAR. It touched the low today and then it bounced back up. If the euro dollar starts to trade and hold for a good part of any session under 1.159, it could go even lower. Let's look at the USD JPY, which is the euro dollar, is the yen. Yeah, holding okay, not great. Weekly chart says at some point should try for leg D above 113.21. Now we're going to go to the dollar. Did I do the dollar? No, I didn't. The dollar's holding beautifully at 94.98. Didn't I talk about this? Anyway, what it is holding the 9-period moving average in the weekly, and that 9-period moving average matches the 9-period differential in the MACD. So these are very strong. The slower 14-period moving average at 93.86 is support. And the MACD is not yet turning down. It's just slightly flattening out, but the stochastic still at 82%. Not great, but good. And the monthly chart is just started a brand new month. It needs to push above 95.53 to extend leg A in the monthly chart. So I like the action in the dollar right now. Why? Because I thought that there was a chance that it was arching over, and even though we're still long from 90, I didn't really want to see it this week close below 93.86, the 14-period moving average in the weekly chart, because that would have said, that's a little early in the month to start a candle with a much lower high. But this is good action so far. So, yep, the dollar's holding very well. TLT, let's go there. You would think that with the market pulling back, that bonds would be going up. No way. If the yields go down, bonds will rally, right? So my thinking here is that if the market pulls back dramatically, then you should see the yield rally as bonds come down. Why is this difficult? Why am I changing my train of thought here? What I always say is that if the market rallies, then money goes into bonds, and bonds will rally and yields will come down. Wow, what a mix-up saying there. Okay, but we're not looking at it. We're looking at the bonds up 17, TLT, Lehman 20-year bond, but it's at the lows, and it looks like it's going to try to rally. But I'm going to just say it one more time. I think that the yield, especially the 10-year yield, is just stuck in a range, gone to a peak E in the daily. But if you look at the weekly chart, it is just stuck between 31 and 28, and this is where it's going to be for a while. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I should have said in the very beginning. Now let's look very quickly at the 10-minute chart. 10-minute chart is just made of what? 90, 90, 90, 90. Okay, this is extended leg F/C. Actually looks like a C right now. F/C. In the 5-minute chart, this is going to a leg F in the F in the 10-minute chart. Excellent action with, oh my goodness, the E-mini is now up 10. Earlier on, it was down 18. This is a whopper of a comeback. This is really good action on the day. So just cannot deny good action. Now, I'm not sure whether it's Apple related. Let's just look at Apple. Look, Apple is up 4.96, up 2.46. But I think that Apple is leading. Let's see where the others are. Google, I'm going to Google instead of Alphabet. A nice session up 4, but still way off the 1273.99 all-time high at 1224. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon right now is up 18 at 1815. Hey, that's a nice rebound right there. Still a peak F top in the daily from 1880.05 on the 27th. That weekly chart, both Google and Amazon are looking quite good. Netflix, that's a has-been because it's kind of really got smacked. Yeah, it's up 3.38 to 341. Nothing much to see here. So Facebook right now should be up as well. Facebook is up 2.89. Facebook's got a real problem. So what I was saying earlier, I was on with Tommy Jr., and I'll be doing Tom O'Brien's show at 4 o'clock today, 4 o'clock to 5. What I was saying is that within the context of the earnings reports, you've seen some stocks go 8 to 10% higher after the earnings, or even 10 to 20% lower in the declines. This is a market, I said it yesterday, this is a Wall Street's expression, a market of stocks, not a stock market. This is where it's absolutely true. Look at this. You've got Square, a stock that we've liked for a long time, waiting for a pullback to the 63, 62 level, but it went down to 63 the other day. I didn't do any buying, 63.21. Now it's trading at 71, up 4.67, up 7% on earnings news, I guess. Excellent action in Square Inc. point of sale software.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, we want to go back. So as I was saying, Square's had a really nice rebound. It looks like it wants to go to a leg D in the daily above 73.19. And wherever you go, I always ask people when I'm at a flea market or something like this, an outdoor event, I always say to you, what are you using? And so many people seem to be using Square Inc. point of sale software to manage their receipts. I think it's a great. It's like under the radar business because you got your major purveyors of the cards. This is different and it's really interesting. So, all right, now let's get back to our story here. We wanted to look at, so Boeing, always asked about Boeing. Boeing right now is down 3 at 349, made that peak D top in the daily. I just think it's stuck in a range. I just don't think it's going to make the new highs, at least not in this phase. I think maybe later on, but not in this phase. Here's a little time. EEM, I had a question about. Yeah, this is good. EEM is down, but at the high of the day, but it's down at 64 cents at 43.82. iShares, emerging market ETF, made a peak D in the monthly. At peak D in the monthly really says you need more time, and the weekly says, you need more time. Emerging markets, I don't think they're going to do anything for quite a while. FXI, another one. This is the China. This is the big caps. This is, it used to be called the Shenzhen or something. I could never pronounce it correctly. Although I do play tennis with someone who has an X, so with a Q, sorry, with a Q, so that I should be used to this. So this is the iShares China Large Cap ETF, trading down 70 cents at 21.95. Caps down in the H pattern. It's actually inverted V. The weekly chart, just like the EM, the weekly chart doesn't look very good. Looks like it wants to test the 41.33 200 period exponential moving average in the weekly chart, and then kind of slide under it, and then make this a barrier that it keeps trying to pop up to try to go above. And then 44.956 is a 14 period moving average in the weekly chart. Peak E, major sell signal. Now I see China. I think China's going to be the bearer of bad news here, at least in this particular phase of the tariff war. And it is a war because even though nothing really has been done substantially, they've initiated the whole concept of tariffs. I think that Trump is, when Trump picks up, when he latches onto anything, he's like a magnet. Like Bill Clinton, I always say, Bill Clinton, you could parachute him down anywhere in the world, and within 2 seconds, puts his finger on, wets his finger, puts it up in the air, and he just knows exactly what to say to the right people. He got nothing to do whether he believed it or not. He usually didn't believe it. He would just say exactly what he could tell someone wanted to hear. And he was a brilliant, one of the most brilliant politicians. I'm talking about as a politician, that's all. Because I know stories, I know people who have been in front of him when he's been talking to a Democrat, and they were nodding their head in agreement with a Republican next to them, and then he would turn his head and then talk to the Republican, and the Republican would nod his head or her head in agreement, and he was saying completely different things. So that's the whole thing of politics. So what I'm looking at here is that within the context of politics, there's one thing that Trump knows what to do. He can pick up within a second what he thinks is working, and then he'll milk it for everything he can. So don't think tariffs are going away easily. And in the end, even if there is a compromise, the initial thing that he wanted to get is often what he does get. He doesn't get the major thing that he's talking about. Let's just see if that's the play that we're looking at right here. Yes, Lawrence, their heads are just on springs. If the politicians, absolutely. Bouncing up and down or bouncing sideways. Okay, so now what we're looking at is I did that. Caterpillar, let's look at Caterpillar. Is that bouncing today? No, it's bouncing down. It's down 59 cents to 137.59. I think Caterpillar has a problem. And it has that same, it looks like the EM, it looks like the FXI. I think that it needs more time. It's at a speak. Hey, you go from 60 to 173 in a year and a half or whatever it is, 2 years, you can take a break. You deserve a break, okay? UTS, Caterpillar, Boeing, I did. Triple M, let's see what Triple M is doing. Triple M is up, it's off the low, minus 165 at 205.40. Remember, this is the one that I wanted to buy under 205 for a bounce. And then at the very last minute, I changed it to under 203 something or other. Well, I went to the initial one, and then it screamed all the way to 212.78 yesterday, and then 2 days ago. Then it dropped sharply yesterday. Now today it went down to the 203s. And I said, no, now we don't want it. It did kind of what I wanted in a different time frame, but it helped the weekly chart a lot. So I'm watching Triple M for my subscribers to my opening call. Is this one that we want to add, like we've got United Technologies, which we've taken quite a bit off, but we still have some, and it's trading at 134.29, down 61 cents. High-level consolidation so far. That weekly chart, I might even want to be adding to UTX earlier than I thought, because that weekly chart really looks like it wants to test 139.24 left side, right side price tie match. I had to move that a little bit to the right, but before the end of August, it looks like it wants to try for that number. And that's going to be very important. That's going to help the monthly chart as well. So, and then key support right now is in the 132, especially in the 128s. That's United Technologies. What was the other one I had? Here's a good question. It's more like a statement. I thought ES was weak. Europe was down minus 1.5. How is SPX up? And it's up 8.47 right now. One of the reasons is, and I fell for this morning, my thinking was that I had, let me just go back to this if you don't mind. I had my Chapman wave leg 5 to the downside, Chapman wave 5, and a potential trough F/B to the downside. My thinking was that there should be a low. If that low held and it ran up, it wouldn't run all that much up. It would start to pull back, and by the end of the day, we will have given back. There would be two moves which we had. One is a very sharp move down, and one is a rally attempt. Then the rally attempt takes out the low. All of that is exactly what we did. And then it comes back. And then I thought, because of it, we would close towards the lower end of the run today. So far, wrong. We're only down 39 points now in the Dow. Look at this leg, gray leg 8 to the upside. So now we can have a pretty decent bounce over the next day or two. And then all of a sudden, there's bad news again. Just be prepared that this is a very shaky market. I'm going to say it again. Now we're looking at a market of stocks as well as the stock market. And that's a big difference. Why? Because look, we were talking about IQ yesterday. I had a few days ago. I had a question about IQ. What the heck is IQ? I can't even say it. IQIY, IQI? I don't even know how you pronounce it. I've never heard it mentioned. And I said, no, it's not ready yet. But it is one of those that has some sex appeal because I can see from the earlier run that it had from the 15s all the way to the 45s. All right. So, yeah, the other one I spoken about was SQ because that's one that had the potential for a really strong rally because I like it. I don't know much about the fundamentals. I just like the story and I love the price action. And look what it's done today. Then there was another one, and I'm just trying to think of it right now. And these are all tells. In other words, I want you to say, look, you're up 4.5 in square, but in others, in the different areas of, look, TTT. What the heck is TTT again? Yes, this is the trade desk. It's up $1 at 87.98. Is that going to be a tell as well? I'll be right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Hi, so basically what I'm saying is I needed to see if Apple could make a difference, if a stock like a Tesla, even though I personally just don't believe all the figures, if a Tesla can, I must tell you though, that here in the Boston area, wherever I go, I am seeing more Teslas and just, there was a certain, I know you're not supposed to typecast, but there was a certain character that you'd see behind the wheel in the beginning. And was older guys, all right, gray haired, looked like they were trying to celebrate something. And now it's everybody's, people, I see them carpooling, all sorts of things with Teslas. And they're not just the small, they're the big ones right around here. Now, there's only one dealer that I know of. Yeah, it's in Dedham. And in the Boston area, and the service station is fairly near me. But that's I don't know if that's the actual service station. I know it's where they get the cars from in Watertown. So I don't know whether I'm just seeing them because no, these are just regular people driving around a lot. So yeah, he is selling. I'm just saying that the cost of putting this together, it's what we're going to see. Can he do it? He's a great talker. He reminds me of that guy with the pinstripes, Dunlap or something. I hope it doesn't turn out the same way. Do you remember he used to tout his stock? He was an amazing guy when it came to touting stock. Guy with a black and white pinstripe suit. I think his name was Dunlap, something like that. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with Musk and Tesla, but this is great action, up 37. Can you imagine if you were sure? There was a guy that said, I'm going to short the moment I get back to the office. Yesterday when the news came out, I saw that on CNBC. I quickly went to watch some TV to see what they were saying. And he said, we've been short, and it's one of our biggest, it's our second biggest position. And I'm going to go right back to the office to short. And at that point, it was up 12. Now it's up 37. Well, if you got the bucks, I think in the end, you might be okay. But whoa. That's a lot of wasted money to sit there waiting. All right, enough of that. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, because of the way that the market acted this morning, especially since it got to that Chapman Wave 5, it was my error. I should have said, hey, wait a minute. I don't want to do anything until we see how much we can we can reverse to the upside by the end of the day, because that's going to be important. It's still in the lower highs and lower lows chart formation. Certainly the Dow in the 120-minute chart, but the daily chart has improved. Look, it hit the 20 period. That was my target, 21,137. It went right there, went to 25,120. It's rallying now. It's now at the 9-period moving average in the daily, above the 14. So far, that's good, but it is in leg B to the downside. So let's watch this closely. But what it is saying to me is if we are able to get through the summer, go into the fall with this rotational correction, not where 95% of the stocks go in the same direction, down that is, that says to me, hey, wait a minute. Now you're going to start putting, now you can start putting some money to work in a market of stocks, not a stock market. And that's kind of what we've been doing. That's why we're still holding some long positions, taking some money off, but I still want to be holding it. I want my foot in the door. And now we're only down 25 and up 10 in the S&P, up down 25 in the Dow. This is a very nice rebound. It is only a rebound, but you've got to say what's good when it's good. And this is really good action, far better than I would have anticipated. Not today, but on other sessions, I did expect rebounds to occur. Today, I thought, what if there is no rebound, but in fact, we close at the low of the day? That would have been really depressing to the market. This is kind of nice action, I must say. So I'm going to go back to the questions here. Is the FXI like the 2015 downturn? Yeah, the China, I think, is going to be, in a sense, they're going to be they're going to take the brunt of the news that's coming out. They're going to respond, but I think that it's just they did not want this. You know, when you're down, either in the market or in life or whatever it is, that's when everything hits the fan. That's when everything that can go wrong can go wrong. It's like when you're playing tennis. You're up, you're doing great, and then what happens? You hit the ball, and it should be hit the white tape on the net and go down, and it hits the white tape. It looks at you and it says, well, watch this. And it rolls up and it rolls along the line, and then it crosses over into your opponent's court. Did you need it? No. Was it because everything was going your way? Yes. So let's watch this. We're going to see this this is very interesting. Why? Because the IWM right now, look at that candle. That is 3 green candles in a row after making a low below the trend line resistance, the trend line support, going to the 164.07 level. And it closed there, and now it's trading 166.75. It doesn't sound like much. I like that kind of action. Doesn't mean to say we're out of the woods. I don't think we're out of the woods, but it does say that you've got to keep in mind now that the lower lows, lower highs is different to a waterfall cascade, where every rally in a bear phase closes intraday, tries to rally, and then closes at the low of the day. This is not what we're seeing. We're seeing no more than 2 sharp down sessions and then a pretty decent rebound. I'm impressed. The day is young, but I'm impressed. Okay, let's put it that way. And that's saying to me, now you have to be more selective in the short positions, number one. Number 2 is you still have to have your stops. We have very tight stops. I'm not interested. Capital preservation is absolutely imperative. But at the same time, look at this. Here's a really good example. Just got an email. So Sarah saying, hey, look at the XBD. So the XBD is the broker dealer, S&P Select Broker Dealer, I think that's what's called. Yeah, the ARCA, Securities Broker Dealer ETF. Makes a PD in the monthly chart, and it has 5 months of so-so action, slightly lower highs, slightly lower lows, holding the 9-period moving average, trading at 275, down 20 cents. It tries to rally, goes to peak A and a peak Z in peak D in the daily. It had made a peak E at 300.46 on the 22nd of May. It's trading now at 275, 25 points. It had been down much more. It had been down to 269. I would say that's a pretty big, healthy correction. So the broker dealer is saying, hey, nothing to see here, folks. And then the question is, if you go to Goldman Sachs, let's go to Goldman Sachs. Hey, gap's down today. It's down $1.79. Makes a peaky right at the 200-period moving average daily resistance at 239.73 on the 30th. Only a leg A, gray leg A in the weekly chart. Lousy action. Let's go to SCHW, which is Schwab, one that I've liked. I'm waiting. Look, making a U-shaped pattern. Lousy action at 50.00, down 88 cents. Makes a high, all-time high at just over 60. trading now under 50. Not great. Something's wrong with this picture. That's exactly what I was trying to point out, that you've got such a mixed market. And then someone said, what's going on here? Let me just get this. I'll find it during the break. But there's another question. Also, IPI. Let's look at IPI as we go out. IPI. This is okay. Separate project. Oh my goodness. Down 94 cents at 3.25. What's going
I'm
on
certain
here?
you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of The Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Hi, folks, we're back. I just got an email from a former South African friend of mine. Says, South African Parliament, Honorable Madisha, she says, or he says, half of people in this parliament are stupid. Speaker, Honorary Madisha, please withdraw that statement. Honorary Madisha, I withdraw that statement. Half of people in this parliament are not stupid. Speaker, thank you. Let's proceed. I think this is just like the market. That just kind of sums it up. So look at this. Within the context of the short term, the RTH, that's the Russell, just made a peak D in the 5-minute chart and a peak D in the 10-minute chart. Now, this is what I'm going to say. If the market holds really steady and actually closes, the Dow closes up and the S&P continues to rally, closes up 12 or more, that's going to put some buying pressure in for tomorrow probably, unless there's another bad news event. But the bad news event seems to be overnight and resolved during the day. That's how it used to be. It wasn't that way a couple of times over the past week. Now, this is going to be very interesting. Why? Because if the Dow, which is now minus 32, let's just say there's selling pressure towards the end of the day. I don't know. I'm saying let's just imagine. And that selling pressure comes in. The Dow now closes down 85 points. The S&P gives back some of the gains and closes only up 4, still up for the Dow after being down 16. That makes it a mixed picture for tomorrow. Whoa, now we've got to watch for whatever the news event is at 8:30. So I'm trying to say, when there is a rotation intraday, and when there are stocks within the same sector, we looked at FC, we looked at a fertilizer company, beautiful gap up to the upside. We're looking at Intrepid Potash in the potash area, down 23%, down 98 cents to 3.21. Look at that candle, peak D in the weekly chart, peak E in the monthly chart. This is really interesting. I mean, you have to be in the right sector, in the right stock, at the right time, and then everything's great. Just keep it simple. Let's see what happens here. There's a very nice retracement bounce, calling it retracement for now. And not just a handful of stocks are really moving this market, but it's forcing people to cover what they short, and it's also forcing people to add to the shorts on the downside when it accelerates lower. We'll have a look at this again tomorrow. Stay tuned for Steve. Stay tuned for Dave. Bye. I'll be back at 4 o'clock to do the wrap-up for Tom.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.